Hello, how are you doing? Joe Barnes here. Welcome to the corner of my little balcony in Cairns. I know that the background behind me isn't the nicest, but if I turn around the other way with the beach behind me, which is gorgeous by the way, then unfortunately it's really dark. So this is the only way that I can actually face the camera. But anyway, I digress. It doesn't matter about my surroundings, because what's far more important is what I'm here to tell you about. And today I want to tell you about a book that I recently read. Absolutely fantastic book, and I don't have the book because I read all my books on my iPad. I'm hoping you can see that because I think it's going to shine and have a reflection from the sun. Hopefully you can see that. It's called Launch, and it's How to Quickly Propel Your Business Beyond the Competition by Michael A. Stelzner. Now, Michael Stelzner is the brains behind Social Media Examiner, which is one of the most popular social media blogs in the world. Yeah, it's one of the top social media blogs in the world. And Launch is not only the story of how Michael has built Social Media Examiner, but what he does is he kind of works how he built Social Media Examiner into a message of how you can go out and build your own business. And what a message that is. It ticks so many boxes with me, it's unbelievable. For those of you who are not into aggressive sales techniques, for those of you who don't want to be out there constantly doing those big kind of sales pitches at the end of webinars, for those of you who love giving quality content and just sharing stuff with people, but maybe get a little bit concerned that you're giving too much away for free, but you love doing it so much you don't want to stop doing it. For those of you guys, this book is for you. Michael basically talks about how he has built a multi-million-dollar business on the back of giving away loads and loads of free content and taking out the marketing messages, getting rid of the marketing messages, and just creating such an enormous amount of goodwill and reciprocity around the information he's giving, that once you do reach a point where you want to talk about an offer or a product you have, then the people, your audience, your subscribers, the people that have signed up to get more information about you, trust you and value what you've got to share and are far keener to then purchase your product. Now, the reason this resonates so much with me is because this is how I started. This is exactly how I started back in 2010, and I spent a long time. In fact, I built up to about a list of 16,000 before I did any kind of major sales pitch. And then when we did sell our very first, our launch of the Social Networking Academy, we'd had a small product before then, but that was kind of our big main sales. We did incredibly well. In fact, people said to me that they were just waiting on the call for me to make the offer. They were already sat there with their credit cards out waiting for me to actually make the offer. And that's because I'd built up such a great relationship and such incredible rapport with the people you know, that had listened and watched and read my content over the months coming up to the launch, that they trusted me implicitly and valued what it was that I was going to give them. So it works. It really works. But it's actually very easy to forget that and to suddenly kind of get into a mindset of gotta sell, gotta sell, gotta sell. And actually, when you're online, you'll see a lot of that in products. You'll feel under pressure a bit as well. Sometimes people will tell you need to raise your prices. And you know, make sure that you sell at the end of webinars, and you know, always include call to actions, and you should always include call to actions, but they don't always have to be sales ones. They can just be a call to action to read more content, or to sign up to your list in order to get regular updates, or to download a PDF or something like that. So there should always be a call to action, but it does not need to be a sales call to action. So I'm kind of digressing a little bit, but Launch is an amazing book. I really highly recommend you read it. The first chapter on its own is worth having a look at, and in fact I think you can get the first chapter by going to elevationprinciple.com. elevationprinciple.com. I'll put the link below this video, and the first chapter alone will give you a huge overview of exactly what's in the book, and then what Mike does is he goes through in much greater detail all of the different segments. And he talks all about your mission, your vision, having a clear objective for your business. He talks about role models, how to identify role models, how to approach people, and get them to respond to you, because what you're doing is you're essentially looking for ways to help other people without asking for anything in return. That's what you're doing. You're constantly looking to help other people. It's such a lovely way to do business. Such a great way to do business. He talks about engagement, he talks about leveraging other people in your business, he talks about the different kinds of fuel that really kind of pump up your business. It really gives you a breakdown of some of the key things you should be doing that can launch your blog and launch your business and websites beyond your imagination, really. I'm so fired up by this book, which is a good saying, isn't it? Launch. I'm fired up. And actually, I was really lucky to have interviewed Mike. I think it was earlier this year. I interviewed Mike, and what a trick I missed. I missed a big trick with Mike because I didn't read the book before I interviewed him. Little tip for you here, guys. If you're going to interview somebody and talk about their book, read the book first, because oh boy, there's a great interview. I've put the interview below this video as well for you to go and have a look at. He's a really inspirational man, and he was absolutely lovely to interview as well, and he didn't seem at all offended that I hadn't read the book before I interviewed him, but he probably did sit there and think, she could have done better there. So a little tip for you guys, read the book first, because how much would I love to interview him now to really go through some of the key elements of that book. But anyway, I'm sure I'll get another opportunity at another time. In the meantime, go and get Launch. Launch, Mike Stelzner. Go and have a look at elevationprinciple.com. I've put the link below this video. There's no affiliate link or anything like that. This is just a pure book review on a fantastic book. Go and get Launch. I'm telling you now, it will really, really inspire you. Really inspire you to take some great action and make you feel so much more happy and comfortable about the direction that your business is going in. So that's me over and out. I hope you enjoy that. That's my little book review. I've read another great book as well. I shall talk about that in another video. So for now, that's me over and out. Take care. Have a great day. And I look forward to hearing your reviews about this book. Speak soon. Bye-bye.